So I don't have time for stock market. I don't have time for land.
You don't have time for stock market?
I don't, meaning I haven't put time effort.
So founders and VC relationship, is it an arranged marriage or a love marriage?
हेलो दोस्तों, स्वागत है आपका टफ स्टोरी के एक छोटे से पार्ट में जो हमारे बड़े पॉडकास्ट का एक स्पेशल हाईलाइट है। अगर आपको ये क्लिप पसंद आए तो पूरा पॉडकास्ट जरूर देखें, लिंक आपको मिल जाएगी डिस्क्रिप्शन एरिया के अंदर। चलिए शुरू करते हैं।
You're an investment banker. What does your portfolio look like?
Oh, I'm not an investment banker. Honestly, I'm very biased towards startups, right? And I don't understand.
Where do your investment? Do you invest in land?
I mean, I've invested some in real estate.
Land or
nothing like no, I can't do land and all because I don't have the ability to, whatever, to protect or legally.
But these days the whole situation in Hyderabad has transformed. When I compare Hyderabad to Bangalore, मेरा point of view है ये, I feel Hyderabad or Telangana is much safer when compared to Bangalore based on people have spoken to all the Gujaratis. वो Bangalore वाले बेचारे हमारे रिश्तेदार सारे रोते रहते हैं कि यार यहाँ लफड़ा हो गया वहाँ लफड़ा हो गया. Hyderabad is all sorted कि अपनी ज़मीनें safe है. One. Second, we have new concept of branded lands, like bigger developers are buying, like example Aparna or Rajpushpa, whoever, they are buying big pieces of land and they're selling it to the retailers. At least वो safe है. And I feel land is the best asset when compared to people buying a residential flat, taking a 20 years EMI or 20 years of headache. Land, I know you need to do initial payment itself. There's no loan option in that. Of course, if you have some liquidity, land gives you unlimited upside while this keeps depreciating and EMI keeps appreciating.
Yeah, see, I think those who deal with it and have the time, I tell people I don't have the time. That's the main problem. Right?
It's not the area of expertise.
Yeah, so I can't do a due diligence, right? So that's my thing. I mean, you have litigation on 100 crore lands also, right? So why does that happen? Obviously, there's some due diligence somewhere going wrong. So I think that is not, so I don't have time for stock market. I don't have time for land.
You don't have time for stock market?
I don't, meaning I haven't put time effort. So I don't do
He's
much.
investing in the same stocks way before. Why would he care about क्या last वाले?
So
stock market is where the last guys invest. हम लोग जाते हैं.
No, I think again, see, with all respect to those who play in that game, right? One thing I learned is, anyway, whoever plays how much ever, there's an upside which is, let's say, universal at 15%, whatever, right? You rarely will beat that beyond a point.
You won't beat that average, huge.
Correct. And second was, I realized that I might not be as patient in the markets because I get too much, carried away with information. And that's the opposite with startups for me. I can wait for 7 years. And
when you understand their business, you feel a bit more in control of the outcome.
Definitely, right? And I don't think, again, I didn't give time to it. So
you have a challenge of convincing that funding or investing in a VC is more profitable than land.
Stats show that.
We'll eventually go there because my problem is, see, if I invest in a startup, so I started investing in few AIFs recently, which are small ticket size compared to what you guys do. Like I saw that you average invest like 2 to 4 crores in a startup and all that stuff. यहाँ पे तो fractional shares होता है 1 crore का ticket size, but I know that it's something which is going to give me result in 7 years or it's gone. Land नहीं चल रहा है तो छोड़ दो, बेटे को दे देता हूँ, 20 साल के बाद तो कुछ निकलेगा ही. So that's my logic reason.
See, that's what I think. If we only consider returns, right? If that's the only parameter we are discussing, right? Usually that's where all these guys talk about well-rounded investment, right? या 30% मार्केट में डालो, 30% लैंड में डालो, 20% गोल्ड में डालो,
डाइवर्सिफाई करो.
तो वो that is where I think, that's what I said, the 10% goes into startups.
Right
now, let's say, as you say, there's a bubble and land suddenly goes south, right? You have this hedging or whatever, right? So that's the whole thing. But again, that's what I'm saying. If the parameter for investment is just, see, now let me tell you what happens, right? When there are large family offices, their parameters is first, their capital preservation. Right. So that's their first thought. So, for example, they will do a lot in debt funds.
Yep.
Right. Less risk. Like even venture funds have venture debt funds.
Yeah.
Right. So they will put their money there because for them that's a lower risk.
They get a yearly coupon
returns
and
less.
Yeah.
So you'll have to see now our fund, for example. While I don't know what numbers you were saying, you can come in our fund at 25 lakhs also as an investor. Right?
Okay.
But our fund, for example, I'm saying, hey, look, like let's say 60% of my LPs are such that they want to only invest and hopefully see great returns. But the rest 40 want to be a little more active. Right? They want to understand this whole ecosystem, right? So for them, the investment is not only the return. Investment has more metrics to it, right? So I think that vision is important, right?
But how does that scale LPs wanting to be more involved? You can't have too many LPs getting involved in a company.
Or not only in the company, they want to get involved in the startup ecosystem. Some will get involved in my portfolio companies. Some will get involved in the startup ecosystem. Like my friend in Delhi recently signed up with us. Right? So he wants to understand the ecosystem better. So wherever there's an event which I get an invite, I am not able to attend. I'm happy to send him, right? And that's a different experience for them.
No, that definitely connects. If you remember, I was telling you, I have been trying to invest in different restaurants. Mm-hmm. The reason was not to make money out of it, to actually get into that area, to understand how they are.
Understand. First-hand information.
I get data. I can understand what kind of agencies they are working with to take care of all the consultants' data.
Yeah.
If I go as an outsider, I would be charged a premium on it. Here, I could take a stake and also get
and some of data. These, like he's saying, also want to do their own startup. In fact,
exactly, 2
of my investors from the US who have invested with me and now they're running their startups.
So is it so they invest to understand the psyche of the VC and how they operate?
Just get the ecosystem, right? What happens? How do you raise money versus what happens? What are the updates? What is the industry talking about? Or what is valuation? Right? Things which might be relatively new to many, right? Especially coming from an IT background. They might find such terms new, etc. So, yeah.
So founders and VC relationship. Is it an arranged marriage or a love marriage?
Yeah. So in our case, we are very clear that, tending towards the love, is we are very hands-on as a venture fund, right? So we are, my founders can call me any day, etc., right? So they are very close and we try to help them through things. Obviously, you also show them the mirror at times, right? So you show them, what's the truth at times. So I call myself one of those persons who like to tell you, hey, look, this is the mirror. Now you decide what you want to do. I wouldn't really point the direction, but I would point you what's reflection of yours, right? So we are very hands-on and we are in the angel investment space. We are not about numbers. We are more about people.
उम्मीद है ये वीडियो आपके लिए यूजफुल और इंटरेस्टिंग रहा होगा। इस वीडियो को लाइक करना ना भूलें और टफ स्टोरी को यूट्यूब और सारे सोशल मीडिया प्लेटफॉर्म पर फॉलो और सब्सक्राइब भी जरूर कर दीजिए। पूरा पॉडकास्ट देखने के लिए लिंक मैंने डिस्क्रिप्शन एरिया में दे दी है, जहां पर जाकर जरूर चेक करें। सो ये था एक काफी इंटरेस्टिंग वीडियो और मैं आपसे मिलता हूं हमारे अगले वीडियो में। तब तक के लिए गुड बाय।